We are here with our DM Atlas, who will be running us through a little 5e one shot, which is a continuation from our Curse of Strahd game almost a year and a half ago. We have Jason reprising their role as Quintrell. We have Valen playing Quintra, not to be confused with Quintrell. I am reprising my half-elf assassin, Aethlin. Jack, who will be joining us shortly, is playing Aethlin's husband, Rollin. And we have a new friend with us who is playing a dwarf named Thorig. Also, there is a kitty, and yes, Atlas, I see the cat.
Oh, I'm just torturing her at this point.
Just before we begin, we would like to thank our sponsors at D&D Beyond, as well as Lucky Dice Cafe and Station Retro. If you're looking for something to do live on Wednesday night, something to break up your midweek tedium, head on over to Station Retro. Captain Sack, who is our primary DM here with Direbear Adventuring Company, is running a long form campaign Wednesday nights at Station Retro. So if you're looking for something fun to do in the middle of the week and you don't want to just listen to us blather on about different game types, head on over to Station Retro if you are in the Huntsville area and check him out. I think without further ado, I will turn it over to Atlas.
All right.
Where were we last week?
So, as of last week, we had to cut the session short due to several technical difficulties from all angles. It is what it is. But when we left off, Aethlin and Thorig, I believe, were going to
Quintra.
Oh, and Quentra. Okay, we're going to steal some books from a artificer's shop downtown. I believe, and the whole party wasn't going. It was just Aethlin and Quentra?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, so Quintrell and Thorig, who will join us soon, we're still back at the cafe. I assume Rollin is probably done with his rat controlling by now. It's at that point in the evening. In that case, let me ask you, Quintrell, what do you think? Are you doing anything in particular? Quintrell, not Quentra.
How far away is the bookshop from where we're staying?
It's like a 5 to 10 minute walk. It's kind of in the center of town. You guys are sort of out on the edge.
I'm going to wander over close enough so that there's a loud commotion. I will hear it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's some like open-faced shops and like food stands that you could sit at or just kind of look busy. So yeah, if you want to hang out,
I go window shopping in the knickknack stores.
There you go.
Antique.
You find some delightful knickknacks. You're not sure what any of them are, but they're delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Aethlin and Quentra, how are we doing this? How are we pulling this off, boys?
Well, I'm going to take a look at the windows and I'm going to take a look at the door. Which one is going to be easier to break into?
That's right. The windows don't appear to be sealed in any manner. The door has a light shimmering mist over it, implying that it is likely magically sealed.
Okay, windows it is.
All right. Now, the second story windows are the ones that are not currently sealed by any sort of magical mist or anything, so you would have to do it.
Is there any buildings that are close enough to it that I would be able to just kind of parkour my way up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess run my way up?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics. Or an acrobatics, whichever one you want. Yep. I figured that was going to be the case because you have a plus 10 to acrobatics. Anyways. Okay, yeah, without much hullabaloo, you're able to make your way up the side between. It's a very narrow alleyway, so it wouldn't have been hard to begin with, and you just kind of bounce back and forth until you're up. There's actually kind of a ledge surrounding the building that goes beneath the windows, so that is an option for you if you'd like to use that to kind of try and get in. Do you want to use the ledge, or would you rather climb on from the roof?
No, we can use the ledge.
Okay. So if as you move along the ledge, there are two main windows out on the front of the store. There's another like small window on the side, but it's like a upper window. There's no way that you would be able to fit through it. And as you're kind of shuffling past, the first window looks into what looks kind of like a study of some kind. There are some books, a desk, various like tools and whatnot. And the other window looks into a bedroom, and from the bedroom you see there is a like figure like on the bed.
Okay, we're going in through the study.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
They're not locked?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how you would get. Okay, what would we?
One, I would need
stealth
to
or
make sure
sleight
that
of
I can
hand?
get in. One, I need to make sure I can get in. I have these tools for that.
Yeah. Okay. So
give
yeah,
me a
then
thieves tools roll.
yeah.
Okay.
There we
And
go.
then I will give you a stealth roll.
Okay. Yeah, both of those are fine. Honestly, I don't even know why I asked. This is literally like your fucking class. This is the point. This is the point.
Because I could fail.
I mean, you could. It's true. It would be kind of a halfway fail, but you know,
it would also be funny.
It would be very funny. I would personally find it very funny if Aethlin fell off a building, but like not in a deadly way, just a way that was like, haha.
Not the way he fell off a building the last time he fell off a building.
Shut up. Nobody saw that.
Bloop, bloop, bloop,
bloop. So, Quentra, how are you? Are you trying to get in? Are you waiting for
No.
Aethlin?
No, he's letting Aethlin have at it. He's just staying watch out front, if anything.
He's like, all right, buddy, knock yourself out. I'm gonna be down here.
There's magic.
Yeah, not feeling it.
I'm a hunter, not a sneaky into houses boy. Sorry.
All right.
So
I get into the study.
Yes.
And then I am going to very silently move my way back downstairs.
Okay. So it's not a very large floor plan. There seems to be the study. As you exit the door, there is there's a hallway. The door across from you, you would assume, is the bedroom that you saw. Hey, Ray, can you hear us? Uh-oh. Oh, we can't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
I hear you now.
Alright,
Yes! Sorry.
I'm gonna add him to the Zoom call.
Hooray.
You're ready to switch over overlays?
Perfect.
Yay. Yay and hooray.
Sorry.
How dare you? How dare you have fun?
Sorry, it's not my fault.
Sure it isn't.
Wait, turn the other one off. What are you doing?
Excuse me?
You had all three of them on stream.
Yeah, there's just a lot of us. I'm sorry. Don't at me like this.
I'm sorry. It was funny. There were so many lines from the different can sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm headed downstairs. I'm assuming I was given a description of what these books looked like.
Yeah, I mean, Contra, you would have given the okay, I assume. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you get downstairs, most of it looks like inventory of the shop is locked up at night. There are large glass cases that seem to be closed. And these in particular, you don't notice anything particularly. Go ahead and roll me perception.
Okay.
Okay. So with that perception roll, you notice that they do appear to be both physically locked and magically locked. There is kind of like it's a lot less conspicuous than the magic that closes the doors outside. But you assume that that's probably a lower level, more obvious spell than what is locking these in particular.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have magic to deal with that shit. So we're gonna do it anyway. I'm still gonna break into the cabinet.
Okay, how are you doing that?
Well, there's a lock on it, right? Like it's
Right.
It's open.
It's a lock on a glass case.
There's a lock on a glass case. Then I'm gonna employ my thieves' tools again because I literally have no way to deal with magical locks.
Okay.
I'm a rogue through and through. Even when I multi-class them into fighter.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Give me a thieves' tools roll. Okay, so that's a 15. Oh, 1 sec. Yes, giving me problems. So you put you start, going in with your lockpick, and as you're doing it, you hear it click, and you hear it begin to open. But you watch as the magic that was surrounding the cabinet begins to glow a bright red. It's silent, there's no noise or anything, but it does begin to glow a bright red. Go ahead and go ahead and roll me a perception.
Yeah, okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That is though. It's a 19 on perception.
All right. With the 19 on perception, you're able to hear there are footsteps above you in the house that you're in.
I'm going to quickly grab not just Belle's books, but I am grabbing just about anything I can get my hands on and shoving it in my bag. Before I am just no. There's a reason. Before I basically just disappear into the night, and I can and will just go through a window on the lower level.
Okay.
At this point, I've been found. There is no need for stealth, so I can and will dive through a window.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Run.
Go ahead and roll strength.
Strength?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make it it's gonna be both to figure out how much you're able to grab, and also whether or not you're able to break the window easily or without damage.
Okay, so you want a strength check or?
Yes. Yeah, strength check.
Oh God. All right, I'll take it.
Oh wow! All right, not bad.
The odds are in my favor for now.
No kidding. All right, so with that, you're able to shovel a bunch of stuff in your bag, including Belle's books, and you crash out the window. As you fall, you skid a little bit, and you take 1 point of damage, just scratch damage. Quentra, you're standing outside, and the window shatters outward.
There you go.
And
I'm gone. I'm just gone. I'm running. Right. I'm not waiting for anybody. I'm just running. Because there's no need to try and pin anybody else with that. He's just gone.
Right.
I'm just moving back and into an alleyway if there's any near me to make sure I'm not in sight.
Okay, cool. Quentra, go ahead and roll me perception.
This is just based on eyes, I'm guessing, not smell.
Yeah, no, this is not smell.
Mm.
Very much an eye thing. Okay.
I just back into the bakery across the street.
You're like, oh, fuck.
It is nighttime, so I'm not sure the bakery is going to be open.
That's fine. It's even more suspicious. So, Quentra, the only thing that you're able to see, you watch, so Aethlin crashes out the window and just speeds off into the night. And as you're sort of ducking into this alleyway, there is a blinding light from inside of the shop. And then as Aethlin is running, you watch as the light begins to dim and then just seems to go out. And that's all you see. So, Julio. Aethlin, where are you headed?
I'm looking for the underground. I'm going to disappear into the underground.
Okay, fantastic. There are some known nearby conduits that you can duck into. There is a small food stall, probably near one of the ones that Quintrell is at. They see you, instantly realize or recognize you, or at least, maybe exchange a little thieves' cant. And there's, an unspoken agreement that you'll be allowed into the... Hi. Did you guys catch all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, just making sure. Okay, cool. So, Quentra, you are still standing in this alleyway outside of this shop. What are you doing?
More than likely getting back to everyone else. Probably just going back to the bar.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a stealth to try and get out of there without being noticed. Oh. Yeah. You're
Nicely done.
fantastic.
I gotta go.
I gotta leave. My mom says I gotta go home. Yeah, you managed to get out of there, no problem. You're poof like the night. Quintrell, you hear a massive shattering noise, and then a few seconds later you see Aethlin rush past and duck into a food stall nearby. What are you up to?
I move over close to where I saw him ducking in.
Okay.
And then I wait to see what horror is chasing him.
I love how you assume it's a horror.
Yeah.
Well, previous experience with you guys,
When in doubt.
You're able to look back down the lane, and there doesn't seem to be anything. I mean, you see after a few minutes, Quentra kind of saunters out, but it doesn't seem to be chasing anyone. It's just heading back for the inn. It looks like. And Aethlin is also nowhere to be seen. It looks as though after he ducked into that food stall, he just disappeared.
Being the, master of subtlety that Quintrell is, he will walk over and stick his head in the food stall.
Aethlin, I assume you're kind of long gone into the... Now,
oh, yeah.
Okay, so when we're talking about the underground, are we talking about a literal or a metaphorical underground?
Yes.
Cool. That was a helpful answer.
Well, I mean, yes, he is going into the sewers, but that is also where a vast majority of the seedier side of town would be.
Okay.
Which would be in the sewers. Think the Court of Miracles from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Okay. So to answer your question, Quintrell, he flushed himself down the toilet.
You see nothing.
Oh.
You just hear the distant sound of...
I assume there's somebody working in the food stall when I do this.
Yeah. They kind of give you a look and they're like, you gonna order something?
No, I was looking for somebody. I must have a trap door. Walk off.
All right. It is
catch
common courtesy not to say anything about people who they are protecting. Let's see. Hi.
I'm here.
Hello. We're robbing a place.
What?
So, yeah, the good times. All right.
Aethlin got to dive out of a building again.
Thorin, you say that you are walking to the bar, not really doing a stealth roll. You're just trying to look like some big dude who is walking down the street. So
yeah, I figure my armor, I'm going to have disadvantage on stealth anyway, so I'm just like, fine. I just walk away like, that was interesting, and just keep walking.
Keep on going.
Jack, to get you caught up.
Yes.
We were told that Belle's books were in this store, and that she wouldn't give them back except for under a really exorbitant price. Aethlin was having none of that shit. So he went back under the cover of darkness, broke into the building, stole the books plus other things so it didn't look like they were just after the books, and then yeeted himself out a window. And is now in the underground.
Great.
Yeah.
And to
feel
be
any better, you're still at the inn.
Yeah, you were controlling rats, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what to do with your
That's a long time to
incapacitated body.
control rats. A
It
whole
is.
week.
I feel like maybe you stopped controlling the rats at some point.
I'm just staring at the wall, brushing my hair or something.
Just like. Also, I just want to make a small correction. Everything Maddie said was right, except the one thing is she didn't say an exorbitant price. She did say an exorbitant price, but she also said if you bring me something very interesting. So those were kind of the two conditions: either you pay up or you pay up.
Pay up or you pay up.
That's
All
it.
right.
Those are
are
the
our
options.
options.
Yeah, not super varied. All right, yeah. So cool. So you guys are headed back to the bar. That is Quentra. That is hi. That's Quentra. That is
Mood.
sorry. Quentra Thorin headed back to the bar. Quintrell, are you headed back, or are you like still looking at the food stall?
No. Once I establish that Aethelin is not in the food stall, I will follow Quintra.
Okay. So you guys head back to the bar and you meet up with Rollin, who has awoken from his rat controlling stupor.
Now be alone in the inn.
He's like, hey guys, what happened?
Everyone's gone. What?
What the fuck?
How long was I out?
Room. Aethelin put him on his bed and laid him down so he could control rats in peace.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tool love.
I mean, I probably should have noted that, like, you can only control familiars up to, I believe, 100 feet. So, like, Aethelin would have moved you and it just would have been like, well, now I'm catatonic and I don't have any rats. So,
so I'm just sleeping now. Thanks.
Thanks. Appreciate it. So, yeah, Rollin, you wake up from your very hearty nap. Everybody else has returned to the inn. Aethelin, what are you doing?
Well, I am going to take a look for any sort of regular leather.
Okay.
And then I'm going to rebind Belle's books.
Wow. Okay.
Not like actually rebind them, but like basically just make slip covers for them so that they don't look like Belle's books.
Okay.
So that if anybody goes looking for them.
Okay.
And then he's also fencing the other shit because he has no use for it. He doesn't care what it is. He just wants it off his hands and off his person.
Okay, fantastic. You get about 300 gold for all this stuff.
Dope.
Yeah.
Because that's what I need. More money.
Yeah, clearly.
Honestly.
Fucking klepto stealing from people. Jesus. You didn't need any of that shit.
Nope. I just needed to get rid of the trail.
Fantastic.
That probably takes me about an hour and a half to do.
Okay. Sounds good. Is anyone doing anything else in the meantime when they're at the inn? Anything like that?
Well, I just want to say that since I walked away the most slowly, did I notice anything else from the store? Or was it just that bright flash of light and then nothing?
Yeah, no, you just noticed the bright flash of light, I'd have to say. Actually, no, you know what? Give me a perception roll.
Okay, coming up. My passive perception is 14, but as well.
I'm gonna take this as a regular perception roll. You can just click perception on your character sheet.
Oh, I did, and it didn't.
Oh, it didn't work? Like the word perception?
It did not click. Perception.
Let's see.
It just
Atlas, you might want to check
Yeah.
to see if his sheet is on query advantage instead of
Toggle? No, it's on toggle.
Okay. No, just because like if it's on query advantage, sometimes it'll get hidden behind the character sheet.
There you go. You have to click the word. Were you doing that? Okay. Do you want to use the roll I just gave you, or?
Oh, sure. Now it comes through.
Oh,
yes,
there you go.
I will use the one you gave me.
Okay, I'll take that.
Pay no attention to the 13.
Okay, cool. So, one sec. My cat is sitting on my leg in a very awkward position, and it's making it. Okay, buddy. Yep, I know. I'm making your life harder. Truly, you are so put upon.
It's not easy being a
It's not.
It's hard
There's so
being a cat.
So many responsibilities. Oh my god. Come on, brain. Okay. So you are looking at the shop and you see the silhouette of a person walking down the stairs, and it looks as though this bright light is actually attached to the because you actually kind of almost see it move into the hallway behind the counter. And then it fills the shop with this like incredible light, and as Aethlin's running, it seems to begin to fade, and you just see, like, you're able to just see Breakfast, which is what I think we were calling her, just like standing there in the kind of like shop through the windows. So it's obviously there's not really any lights on or anything, so you just see that. But
Okay.
So that's what you see. Anything else before you're heading back, or?
Nope.
Okay. Coolia Julia. All right. So, are you guys good? Do you guys want to do anything before we hit the next morning? Aethlin, are you headed back to the inn? What are you?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll head back to the inn with Bell's books.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds
did I notice the hungover person looking better now?
Wait, which one? Wait.
The person who was controlling the rat.
Oh, Rollin.
Is he up and moving around now?
I don't know. Is he, Jack?
After waking up in my room, I guess? Question mark. I probably would have gone back down and just waited because Aethlin's missing, so I figure he's just doing what he does, which is stealing things.
Oh!
Probably punching people in the face.
Well, hang on now. Hang on. You've never actually watched him steal anything? He's always murdered people.
Okay, well, I can make an educated guess based on our history together.
True.
Yes.
True. That's right. Rollin knows everything.
Truly.
Oh!
Life always does.
Hey, how are you? I met you, but you were kind of not there. Name's Thorin. Nice to meet you. Put her there. And offer my hand.
I'm probably just gonna look at him like, is this guy, like, drunk, or... Because I don't remember meeting him at all, so I'm just...
That was some serious trip you were on. Did you have some bad mushrooms? Or, wait,
What?
good mushrooms? Huh?
Who are you?
Thorin! You know, I was hanging out with your friends.
Which ones?
You know, the, Carpenter.
Oh, God. Okay. Like, oh, this is one of Aethlin's asshole friends. Okay. We're fine.
This is one of Aethlin's asshole friends.
Okay.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Rollin. And no, it wasn't a trip. I'm a wizard. I was investigating. I don't know. How much do you know about what we're doing here?
Well, I I know we're looking for Belle, and I happen to be doing the same damn things. We met up based on complementary goals, and yeah, working on it from there. Don't know much about where Belle is right now, or what you guys are doing. I said about a scent trail because apparently that's a thing. Huh? Who knew?
Yes. Do you know her?
The smelly one? The one who smells. No, yeah. Let me never call them that ever again. Yeah. Well, briefly, about as well as I know. Well, you.
Oh my god. Like, all of my confidence in this person is just, like, not present at the moment. I'm just like, oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Well, okay, well, I guess any hands and all that. Well, great. Nice to meet you. And I guess we're waiting for everyone else?
Yeah, you may want to buy me a drink to look inconspicuous.
Sure. Take a seat.
Thanks.
I just like picture him like just kicking his feet up on the table, like no big thing. I'm just like, wow.
Oh man.
How did you know?
I just feel it. I just feel it.
You could sense the energy.
Man.
Yes.
Dwarves and elves. The
Oh.
eternal parallel. Hi.
Yes.
Hello. You gonna keep drooling on me?
Hello.
That's kind of gross.
Hello.
It's actually a variant human, but size-wise,
Oh.
you could almost pass. Yeah.
Why did I think you were a dwarf? What? I'm sorry. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
Is it the name?
It's probably my icon. And
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, part of it was the name too. I was like, yeah, that feels like a pretty dwarven name.
it
Anyways.
feels very dwarven.
Either way, elves and humans don't exactly get the best, get the best rep either. So, okay. So, are we doing anything for the night?
I will wait or Quintrell will wait in the kind of bar area until Aethlin shows up.
Okay.
I'll probably do the same.
Yeah,
Quintrell.
Welcome
hang out.
back.
In that case, I mostly stare at Quintra.
I mean, Aethlin's
I don't
gonna
know him.
show up.
I don't trust him. I don't like his face.
I don't like his face.
My
He's the
good
face
God.
of a fucking liar.
Aethlin's gonna show up in his dark clothes. Like, he's not
Ooh,
in the
murder
bright...
clothes.
As
Sorry,
soon
go
as
on.
he sits down next to Rollin, all I can imagine is Rollin just, like, slapping a hand onto his chest and then just, like, patting around to make sure nothing's wet. Just make sure he didn't get stabbed.
Blood.
Like,
Check
no,
his
you're
hands, make
good.
sure there's no blood. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
everything's fine.
You would be right.
And then proceed to hit him because where the fuck have you been?
I woke up in our room, confused. What happened?
I put you there?
Weren't you supposed to be watching after me?
That's why I put you in the room.
Not what I meant.
But, I think you'll be a little bit happier to see these. And then he's going to put Belle's books down on the table in front of him.
Rollin, you're a fucking wizard. You know a book when you see one.
Oh, fuck yeah, books! Woo!
More surprised that the books are coming from his husband.
Yeah, that's the surprising part.
You don't even technically know they're Belle's books. You're just like, fuck yeah, books.
Where did you get these artifacts?
Ow. My cat is biting my hand a lot.
She's doing her best.
She's not. She's a terrible little creature.
Where did you did you find these?
Nope. Ask me no questions, I shall tell you no lies.
Don't
Har
ask.
har. I
But I'll
don't
give you
believe
3
I gave
guesses.
you.
And then she's gonna look at Esme. I'll give you 3 guesses where I got them from.
She just sort of
And then-
puts her head in her hands and sighs.
And then he's going to pick up one of the books and just slowly, like very carefully and subtly remove the new, like the leather slip.
Okay.
Because it'll come off, right? Like it's just a simple book cover, right?
Right.
Yeah. And he'll gently slide that off, show that it's Belle's books, put the slip back on, and then set the book down.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Esme signs at you. I can't believe you stole those. She's going to know it was you.
No, she won't, because she's never seen me in her life.
Well, alright.
Not only has she never seen me, if you think I'm such an amateur that I would steal just those books and not other things at the same time.
Bold of you to assume I wouldn't steal other shit as well.
That I then promptly fenced because there's no point in having that in my person.
Okay, we probably shouldn't be having this conversation here in a common area. But
No,
it's
I mean,
fine.
it's-
You know,
This
it's
is
okay.
arguably the best place you could be having it. No one in the tavern fucks with each other. You don't fuck with their business, they don't fuck with your business.
And
Atlas, I
Aitlin's
love
not-
you. Rollins a hermit. He doesn't know this.
And
Hello.
Also,
Aitlin's
he
not
probably has
talking super
anxiety.
loud.
Okay, yeah.
Like, Aitlin's talking fairly quietly. So.
Okay.
Great. Yeah,
Esme
but no,
just puts her head in
as
her
a
hands.
wizard, he's like, somebody could just cast a spell like rats that could listen
Clairvoyant.
to us right now.
I like that your go-to was rats and not clairvoyance.
Well, you know.
I sign. That thought had crossed my mind.
Oh, God. Shit, it sucks that, like, I don't really have anything that I know of that could give me any info off of these books.
I sign. Can we tell if there are any magical rats or houses nearby that might be watching us?
Or magical effects on the books that can be tracked.
Yeah,
Something
signing.
like detect magic would be a great option. Let me see. What did I give Esme? Does anyone have detect magic?
I have dispel and identify.
I forget that
which
that's
are
the
not...
that's the whole thing that we had arguments about all the time playing Strahd because Rollin didn't fucking know detect magic. Okay.
Yeah, right.
that-
Oh God, we did.
Yep.
Yeah.
In that case, Esme has detect magic, much like Belle had detect magic.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
So, she uses that, and there doesn't appear to be anybody listening or anything. The books, they're about as magic as you'd expect from magical books. I mean, it's 2 spell books, which honestly don't look like anything particularly important, and then Belle's journal, which the only magic that is coming off of it is like a very light, it looks like she probably used like a magically imbued like quill or pen to write in her journals, so
Why would a cleric have spell books?
that's a good okay, she lives with a wizard, to be fair. Esme is a wizard.
Let her live, okay? Don't question us.
Quintrell asks Esme if the spell books are hers.
I mean, yes, I did read them. I can't say they were of much importance to me. We have a lot of books. We live in a library, so why they saw fit to steal these books in particular, I don't know.
Well, maybe there's something inside it that could be interesting. I'll snatch one of them into my hands and start leafing through it.
Free
grab another one.
knowledge! Free knowledge. Okay, so I am gonna say, I'll just say this right off the bat, the spell books, they seem completely random. There's literally nothing that seems to be linking these to anything.
Well, there goes that.
I mean, if you want, I'll let you take another cantrip, because you, like, read the whole book, and you're like, wow, I feel smarter now. And then you level up, like in Persona. Your Persona leveled up. Your Persona wants to learn kill.
Yes, I learned kill.
Will you allow it to learn kill?
Mm-hmm. I will.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you. Sure, I'll take another cantrip later.
Okay, yeah, you know.
Want.
Do what you gotta do.
Maybe.
I'm just fucking handing out free spells over here, guys.
You're
Something like detect magic.
Yeah, maybe.
Listen, shush.
You can either take a cantrip or detect magic.
Don't tell me what to do!
It's
I'm my own
job.
man! Okay.
Well,
Well,
detect magic is a first level spell, so either you take detect magic or you take a cantrip.
I'll figure it out. Anyway, defeated, I put the books back on the table.
Okay. Finally, we defeated Rollin. The point of the whole campaign has been taken care of.
The final boss.
Final boss is just making Rollin give up. It's not a very hard final boss. Okay, so is anyone doing anything besides what are we doing with these books? Rollin, you read through them. You read through the spell books.
I'll leaf through them too and see if there's anything interesting from religious teachings or arcana.
Okay. Yeah, then give me an arcana check.
Garbage at this. I'm gonna learn it, so let's see what happens.
Aren't you no, you're a sorcerer, right?
I'm a sorcerer.
Why
This
do you have...
comes naturally to me. So
you got a -1 to Arcana. That's...
yeah.
But
Nailed
like you
it.
were raised by religious folk. Okay.
Good God.
That's good. It's good.
He lived a sheltered life, okay?
Yeah.
He knows.
I know medicine.
There you go. That's all you need, right? Medicine. You failed your religious studies, but your Jesus classes, but the rest you did.
Big time.
Okay. So you, as you're leafing through, there's not like, there's not much. I mean, they're kind of interesting spell books just from the perspective of they're from a very far off place, it looks like. So they do mention some like gods and stuff that aren't really worshipped in these areas. There are some mentions of like ritual practices that are very different from what you know is kind of the standard around here. You know, there's a lot that's like written in a slightly different like religious text. It's kind of like when you read like someone from Australia speaking or writing in their accent, or someone from Scotland, like, you know, it's your language, it's just different a little bit. So yeah, you know, just some interesting, these are clearly books from somewhere far away.
Neat. I declare loudly and put the books.
You're just like,
nice.
Neat.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very
Uh,
Thorin thing to do.
It really is. I love him. Okay, so you're
so
paging
much
through
fun.
the books. Quintrell, Aethlin, Quentra, anything?
If nobody else does, I'm going to grab Belle's diary and start flipping through it.
Okay. It is chock full of writing. She clearly, this was not her first journal, so it does seem to be fairly recent. There's some various things, you know, there's some like pressed leaves and stuff. A lot of the journal is like her recounting sort of tales of, you know, her going off. She traveled a lot. So that's a lot of it. But one thing that you notice is kind of a constant, and I feel like Quintrell's eyes might stop a little bit when he saw this in particular. She mentioned Strahd quite a bit and Barovia quite a bit. And it seems that just from her journal, she was having a lot of trouble adjusting being back, and that she was having a lot of issues with her magic, and that she was having trouble communicating with Saloon. So that's kind of what you're getting.
Post-traumatic Strahd syndrome.
I know.
Question for you. Is that her diary?
Yes.
Not that I'm, the guy to go through for ethics. Should we be going through that?
Yes.
Esme signs at you. She used to read her diary live at bars for entertainment.
That sounds like a Belle thing to do.
What'd she say about me? Come on. Let me see that.
Quintrell, does it have any sort of leads towards the end? Anything that might point us in the right direction?
Yeah, after a while, I'll start flipping closer to the back, or start at the back.
So as you start getting to the back of the book, it continues to kind of, it's a lot about like how she's like recovering, trying to figure things out, more about her travels. One thing that she mentions on a page semi-close to the back, is that she's been having dreams that her skin, like her blood is glowing, and she doesn't know what it means or why it's doing that, but she keeps waking up in the middle of the night, looking down at herself and just seeing this like glowing presence in like her chest and abdomen, and that she has been experiencing this for a few weeks, and it just seems to get worse every night, and that she wakes up and sees this glow, but then realizes she's not actually awake, and then actually wakes up.
So she's not glowing when she's actually awake.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
That's concerning.
Yeah, reminds me of right before the time I got hit with my first lightning bolt.
Your first?
Yeah. You always remember the first one. I'm a little fuzzy on the second or third.
Or third?
Yeah, I've been hit by 3 or 4 fireballs. We'll have to compare notes at some point.
Yeah.
And he looks at Rylan when he says it.
Elemental damage squad!
Oh, man.
I just, I don't do that anymore,
When the
okay?
Thunder God wants to get your attention, you listen.
Don't be such a fucking asshole. Just listen.
Yup.
All right. I don't do that anymore. For clarification,
I unlearned Fireball
I unlearned Fireball as soon as I got out of. I replaced it with
not
spell magic.
That is not true in the slightest, and you know it.
They don't need to know that.
I unlearned Fireball, but I relearned glug 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 Fireball.
Okay, well, I am also kind of reading through this diary over Quintrell's shoulder.
Likewise, we're all pressed over Quintrell's.
We're all here,
Hunch.
just invading her privacy. It's no big deal.
Aethlin's not.
Okay.
Same.
But let's go back to her sailing.
Yeah.
No personal reason there.
Thorin, there is actually a story in there, and she's talking about how she met a guy on a boat, and you guys got along really well, and y'all were very, it was a lot of fun getting to know you, and how she's very glad that she got to meet you, and that you really, you helped her. You did some good by her.
See, I just expected her to talk about my pecs. This is beautiful.
What does she say about me? And then I'll start flipping through. I know I'm her best friend, but come on.
There's a glossary at the end where you look up your name, and then it'll tell you all the page number.
It's done.
Yeah,
Oh man,
Rowan,
I'm really sentimental.
you're in there quite a bit. She mentions going to visit you. She was not like an infrequent visitor, I don't think. She would probably have like stopped by and been like, "Hey, what's shaking? You dumb gay fucks."
Valid.
Yeah, that sounds like Belle.
Yeah.
Right before she challenges the daughter to a fucking arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right before, right before she challenges Venelin to an arm wrestle.
Gotta
I
start.
was like, but what about joining? And then I realized he's literally like a toddler, so it's okay.
Probably best if we don't allow that with the toddler.
Start him
It's
young.
child abuse at that point. Anyway, where were we?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Aunt Belle cannot be stopped.
Oh god.
Yeah. So yeah, you're in there, Rollin. I mean, of course you are. You're Belle's, best friend and buddy. So yeah. I mean, most of you are. Even Quentra, there's mention of you at one point. Not that you're reading, but there's mention of the journey that Belle took with you and how she had the most wonderful
about Quentra?
Just that he is. Ooh, shit.
Oh,
I feel
shit!
Like, I do feel like she would probably write some kind of incriminating stuff. Yeah,
that's all right.
What does she say?
She mentions that. She mentions that she found a guide who was quite helpful, and that there was a slight hiccup when she had to help him with an affliction of the moon. Luckily, of course, she follows Saloon, so therefore her connection to the moon is stronger than anything. So
how does Quentra react when I read this aloud?
You're reading it out loud?
Yes. Well, mentally.
Yeah, why not?
Mentally.
It's to
Not
pay
announcing to
honor
the
to
room.
Belle's memory. She used to do it all the time.
He'll probably freeze, but he won't look up.
Aethlin
he's
is
just
gonna stare at Quentra, but then speak to Rollin. I knew I should have fucking brought the silver.
It's okay, not all dogs are bad.
Yes, all dogs are bad.
Wow, that's just a three.
That's what I didn't like about him.
Y'all are fucking rude.
I'll just look Quentra like right in the face as I read, and then I look at him.
Welcome
and then
to
I
the
look back
village
at the diary.
of Harshville.
Yeah.
Sorry, what does Rollin say?
I just look at I'm reading over Quentrell's shoulder as he's reading aloud or whatever.
Mentally.
Mentally.
Okay.
Just to the party.
Okay. And then I look at Quentra in the eyes, and then I just turn back to the diary, just wordlessly. I say nothing. I'm just like, okay, all right, well, you're one of those. Okay, that's fine. That isn't the worst thing that we've had in our party, so it's okay. I'll just roll with it.
It's not the worst thing we've had.
I mean, we had Belle in our party. No, I'm just kidding.
Meanwhile, I give Quentrell a thumbs up. Cool.
Oh man. I like that you all just were like an affliction of the moon. Yep.
Definite dog person.
Yep, dog.
Well, it's not like as a party we've not encountered werewolves before.
Honestly, yeah, we have a lot of experience.
Did a whole mission for some. I mean, that's.
Aethlin had bad
legit
experiences with
Wait,
werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say werewolf? I thought that was a metaphor for menopause or girly stuff.
Aethlin's just going to gesture to Quentra and be like, what part of this looks like a female to you?
I don't know. Maybe it was a metaphor.
To be fair,
It's alright. Quentra's trans, maybe. It's,
we don't know. We just don't know. Elves are gender fluid.
D&D version of Quentin. Here we go.
Honestly, I love Quentin.
Later down the line, Cal introduces a half-orc fighter. Part of the orc forces. Really enjoys archaeology.
I love it. Yes, God.
So, fuck. words. Okay, so you
Sorry.
guys are no, you're reading through this. What's up next? What are y'all?
Well, does it give us any sort of indication about where Belle would have gone to try and, or had planned to go after coming home to Esme?
No. In fact, actually, the last entry that's in there is it looks to like cut off halfway. So it starts by starting to talk about a trip where she just was. She wasn't anywhere like special. It looks like she was out in the Beelwick Woods, like doing some canvassing and figuring some stuff out, collecting various ingredients and whatnot, with plans to bring them to Loftwood and maybe sell some artifacts and pick some new stuff up. And she, yeah, that was the whole. She cuts off about midway through the journal entry.
I put my hand on your shoulder. Cast guidance. In investigating this, did you pick up any clues? Can we call for an investigation roll?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to Aethlin. Like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I totally talked to Aethlin, but yeah, the meta is totally.
So go ahead and give me an investigation roll in that case.
What, any of us reading through the book?
Yeah, honestly.
Well, it has to be somebody who's reading the book, because Aethlin's not reading the book.
Well, I was reading a lot, mentally to everybody, so.
Right.
So there could potentially be details he'd have picked up on that the rest of us might not have.
Well, Aethlin would have an additional D4 added to the.
Yeah, you really should have given that to somebody who actually has investigation.
Oh yeah, he doesn't know that. Once he gets to know
2020.
Okay, that's an 11 for Aethlin. 17 for Rollin, 13 for Quintrell. Okay, so Aethlin, Quintrell, y'all, it seems pretty much like it's probably, like, it cuts off like halfway through the entry, which seems weird. There's no blood on the page or anything. There's no indication that she was... And what Esme told you is that there was a pool of blood on the bed, indicating that Belle had probably been stabbed. Or something, so there's no blood on the pages or anything. It looks like it was, put back, even though she was only halfway through writing the journal entry. Rollin, you realize, kind of as you're like reading through this, that it's possible that if she was writing this and she heard something, she might have put the book back down without having it on her person when she was hurt. So that's what I'll give you with that roll.
I will float that idea to the rest of the party.
Also, you notice just that she talks about the dreams she was having about the glowing internal organs up until like the very, up until the last couple entries. She
I
brings
turned
them up.
toward the wizard. Does that glowy organ thing mean anything to you?
To who?
The wizard.
Rollin.
Oh, Esme. Rollin or Esme?
Both. I'll ask Rollin. Did Esme tell me?
You're cutting in and out a little.
Did Esme mention being a wizard? I don't remember Esme mentioning.
Yeah, she probably would have said something, or like you would know just by spending some time around her. I mean, it feels like one of those things that you pick up on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She shakes her head and she says, anytime Belle wakes up with nightmares, I try to help calm her down, but, she rarely tells me what they're about.
It's not something I really recall about her, to be honest.
I sign back to Esme. Goat to know. Thank you.
What?
Goat to know. No, thank you.
Goat to know.
Good to know.
I'm gonna start using
Goat
that.
to know. Thank you. I didn't say I was great at signing. I just said I know.
Goat to know.
Good to know.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, that is what you're able to kind of extrapolate from the journal with those rolls. And you guys have kind of gotten what you can get from these various books. So the spell books appeared to be completely random, chosen completely at random. And in Belle's journal, what you were able to glean from it is that she's been having nightmares about her like abdomen and chest glowing. She seemed to apparently hear something, and that's probably why she put the journal away. And yeah. So also, I mean, she was having trouble communicating with her deity. That's, you know, it's another thing.
It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
While we were in Barovia, she did make a deal with some sort of deity.
Yeah, but wasn't that fulfilled?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean there wasn't long-term consequences, though. She
I
used
mean-
the ability she was given, but what was the cost?
I'm inclined to agree. There are times where my own deal still comes up and bites me in the ass, so.
Esme puts her hands up and goes, "Wait, I'm sorry. What's this about deals?"
No, she vaporized the town guard. She took it kind of rough.
Okay.
That's really insensitive.
She's not here.
Hear you.
Like, this is... How do we even fucking explain this?
I won't make you say anything if you don't want to, but Belle never
No.
talks about her time in Barovia. I'm just curious.
I think I if you're gonna be working with us, you should know. It's not. It's
No secrets. Except Aetlin's crap. I don't want to know about it.
yeah.
Yeah,
nobody wants
don't
to know
ask
about
him
my
to
crap,
spill all
don't
the
worry.
Trust me,
secrets.
we
There's
don't have
so
all
many.
time in the world to talk about.
we don't have enough time for that. Okay. Look. Here's what happened. We wound up in a place called the Amber Temple, and there were creatures and gods, strange beings offering powers in exchange for power and abilities. After Belle had unknowingly killed a town guard.
Belle killed someone?
He kind of had it coming.
No. Her magic flared stronger than it had in months. We were in Barovia, at least on Barovian time, for a very long time. And her magic hadn't been as... I hesitate to use the word useful, but that seemed to be what it was. That a cleric's magic isn't as useful in Barovia as it should be. And her magic flared more powerful than it had pretty much the entire time we had been there. And unfortunately, she killed somebody doing so. So when we were in the Amber Temple, her deal gave her the ability of resurrection, and she could only use it once. And the one time she used it was to bring back the guard she had killed.
I didn't realize that it happened. She's never said anything about that or anything.
Well, it was quite traumatic for her.
I don't
No.
think. I think out of all of us, the only two that may have walked out without any real issues or lasting problems may have been Quintrell and I.
I'll just kind of smile a little bit behind my hand
I
now.
still miss Piddlewick.
Yeah, Quintrell didn't get off scot-free. This is Piddlewick.
He's the one I
No,
left
I'm
behind.
just like, Aethlin, you don't have lasting problems? Okay, bitch. Oh, yeah, you're fucking stellar.
Okay, he doesn't.
Yeah, I do look at the tattoo.
But he's not suffering from PTSD of being in Barovia.
This is true.
He fit in too well.
Because this shit is not new to him.
That's valid.
Okay? This is stuff he's been dealing with his whole life.
Same shit as always.
Exactly.
This might as well happen.
So there's absolutely lasting problems. I mean, he has to go back what he's called. He does
needs
not
to
have
go
a
to
choice.
therapy. Just in general.
Yeah, just in general, yeah.
I feel like
Just in
maybe you
general.
should invest in that.
Probably, but it's not gonna happen, and you know it. Anyway, look, Barovia wasn't nice, and when we get Belle back, maybe it's time for us to share with you what happened, and we will be there to help Belle tell the story. But right now, we need to find her before whatever's going wrong goes wrong. Permanently.
I'll trust you with that then.
You have my word. And if there's one thing I don't betray, it's my word. And my husband.
His party, the
Thanks for
vampire
the
he betrayed his party too,
clarification.
maybe, but you know.
That's
Not his word.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of be like, well, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Okay, to be fair, Evelyn never actually lied to anybody.
Okay, but you did
I made a
stab
deal-
me.
I did, but
You
I
did
stabbed. I
stab
did.
me.
You did stab me, almost to death. But it's fine, right?
It is what it is.
You know,
honey, I really
when
don't think we
people
should talk
have-
about that right now.
When
It's-
people have
it's
how
fine,
did
it's
you
fine.
meet your spouse story, they're generally not that interesting, I've gotta say.
This isn't
he
even
tried
how
to
we
kill
met.
me, and
No,
then
I threatened to kill you.
oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Tried. Potato, potato.
No. There's a
Potato,
huge
potato.
difference. There's a huge
Oh,
difference.
okay.
Because if I had tried, he wouldn't be sitting here.
Listen, this isn't a story that needs to be told right now, Aethlin.
No, please
There-
continue.
Are you sure? Because I think they're fascinated with the.
You're
the
like
story
my
of
weird,
Abby.
awful uncles. I'd love to hear more.
That's so accurate. You know,
Are
listen.
you sure? Because I really think we should tell them the story. Because this story is funny. Might help relieve a little bit of the tension going on. And
Funny for you, maybe.
look, it was funny for you too, and you know it.
I think what we
Not
should all
right
do
at the moment.
is maybe get some sleep.
I'm going to.
Except Rollin and I, because we're elves.
I'm
And we
gonna.
don't do that.
I'm gonna go brush my hair for 4 hours.
And then meditate for the other 4.
Yes.
Anybody have some spare room in their room?
No.
No.
Just get a room, man.
He likes to room with people. He gets lonely.
He has separation anxiety. He
You know
pees
the
on the floor if you don't sleep with him.
I
Yeah.
give puppy eyes. I need cuddles.
No, I locked my door.
Kidding.
Share with
kidding.
Quintra. You can have the bed, and Quintra can curl up at the foot of the bed.
Like a little dog.
Aw.
Yeah, Quintrell is too big for that. That's not happening.
You know how
Quintra
big
is also
wolves
too big for
are?
that.
Just in general.
Yeah, wolves are big. I wouldn't let one lay at the bottom of my bed.
You'd have no
Yeah.
feet in the morning.
I would
No
have
feet.
no feet.
Wait,
No
no,
feet.
you would have the warmest feet. This is a great idea.
Not if I
It's
tear
so
them off.
heavy.
Yes.
Your feet would go numb, and then the nerves would die, and then your
And
circulation
then I would
would
tear them
cut
off.
We
What?
have
Once
fallen.
they're dead, I mean, that's just it's free game.
Seems that way. Yeah.
Okay, so the consensus is no, we do space in our room.
No problem. I've got it covered.
Okay, well, sleep well, I guess, then.
hmm
What was your name again?
Thorin.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, good night. And I'll
All
just scoot away and just make my way back
Or
upstairs.
just like I'm gonna
Just
follow.
I'm gonna just go.
I'm following
As well.
that ass up the stairs.
I can
And he
hear your
does.
finger guns from here.
By the way, that's exactly how he says it.
All right.
And he
Yep.
does. He finger guns his way up the stairs and just.
Fantastic. He's an icon.
So I sign.
Not.
Elves don't need to sleep.
Nope.
Actually,
We
no.
meditate, though. We can sleep if it so strikes us.
That's really cool.
He doesn't get out much, does he?
Apparently not.
Well,
Hey.
when he's asleep, he doesn't know what the elves are doing. You know,
All right.
are they sleeping? Are they meditating? Are they fixing shoes for cobblers? They don't know. He doesn't know.
Wow.
That sounds about right.
My big hobby growing up was
Was what now?
Viking. The verb tense of this word.
Yes. All right. What else, DM? What are we doing?
That's
Where
a
are we
good
going?
fucking question. 1 sec. Sorry.
Before everyone sleeps, Quintra's gonna take one of the books with him if he can to try and catch a better scent, a more solid sense in his little brain.
Quintrell's keeping the diary though.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
He sees Quintra walk away with one of the books. He's like,
I'm gonna chew it and then I'm gonna spit it out because that's what dogs do.
Yum,
Yep.
yum, 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 yum.
Magic paper.
Delicious.
The best kind. Magically delicious.
then Quintrell's gonna go to his room and while nobody's watching, use one of his abilities to enhance his senses, and he'll try to get the smell too. He doesn't want the dog to know he gave him the idea.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you both have a pretty good nose full of Belle. God, that was a weird sentence.
Wasn't
Never make me
there
say that
another
again.
scent of somebody who sold
Yes.
it to her? To
There's also the scent of the person who it was sold to. For like artsiness sake, the smell of Belle is something like seawater. And this other presence that you're smelling kind of smells like a fire at its kind of last legs. So you've been smelling smoke all night and your nose is so tired of it, but you can still smell it like that.
okay.
Yeah.
And we're figuring that's the person that sold the book, or that we stole the book from, or
I mean, probably it's the only other real smell you're getting off of it.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. Okay, come on, there we go. 1 sec, guys. Sorry. Okay. Anyone else doing anything for the night? No?
Unlike the
Yeah,
elves,
like,
Quintrell's got to sleep. So
What was that?
a performance. See if I can make.
You're cutting out. You're to make some what?
Money. I'm telling
Money.
stories. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's a
And-
pretty good performance role. I would say yeah, you're like, "Hey, you got an open spot?" And they're like, "Sure. I mean, it's late, but go ahead."
Open mic night.
Open mic night. Open Thorin night. So you get up on stage and you tell grand stories of adventure and wonder, and you actually have a good amount of the audience fairly enraptured with your shit.
Nice.
And you hell yeah, you wax poetic about the marvels you've seen, and I would say you probably make like 60 gold.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
Fuck money. Nothing means anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I will then splurge on a nice room for the night.
All right. There you go. The barkeep is actually so moved by your stories that he's like, "You know what? It's on me, man. You pick out any room you like as long as no one else is in there, because that they paid for that. Don't do that."
Yeah, that would be horribly awkward.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay, we're on the same page. Okay, great. Go lay down. Go get a room. So go lay down. Go lay down, Quentra.
Go lay down.
Bad dog.
Bad puppy. Go lay down.
Somebody's gonna start losing fingers or hands the moment somebody tries to pet him. I swear to God.
Only one person may do that.
One and one alone.
Oh man. Okay. So no other activities for the evening from anyone? Yeah.
I do just double.
Rated
double check.
R upstairs.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
we're doing not safe for work stuff upstairs.
Okay. Well, I'll let you suss that out.
Gross. I can probably hear
not
it.
on camera if you can avoid it.
Gross, I can probably hear it.
No, it's basically they're taking time to be together.
Yay,
Oh, how
parents
sweet.
without kids.
Except anyone with ears is being kept awake the whole night.
Assaulted.
Almost of this tavern.
Welcome, everyone!
Try and get this cleaned up.
Oh man. Okay, so cock-a-doodle-doo, the
Thank
fantasy
you.
roost, the Aarakocra that stands on top of the cavern.
He gets paid
Um,
for this, okay? It's
He
his
gets
job.
paid for it. It's his job. He
Wow.
walks outside and just yells at the top of
It's
his
a
lungs.
career, alright?
It's a career. You gotta really train for that kind of position.
Yeah.
Okay, so Esme is she needs to go back to the pawn shop or to the artificer, whatever, and pick up Belle's pendant. I dropped my pen.
Maybe someone besides Quentra or Aethlin should go back.
Yeah, maybe. I
who
mean,
all went the
she's
first time?
Well, nobody knows what I look like, so I could.
I went
I'll
with.
go with her.
I was gonna say I went with her the first time. I won't go with her this time. Is it gonna be a party? Are all both of you going?
I'll go.
Both us. I'll
All
go.
both us.
Again, I will be at the spot, just down the road, just in case any shenanigans go on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we've got you.
It's the first freeze all night. I'm sorry.
You're doing great.
Roland, are you still going if Thorig's going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the three of you head towards the store, and as you walk in, breakfast is. It looks like she's mostly gotten the place cleaned up. I mean, she appears to be like a spellcaster of some kind. She sees you come in, and kind of narrows her eyes. And actually, one sec. Rollin, as you enter, there's a small bottle around. What? Okay. My mom's just yelling, I'm home, I'm home. I'm like, okay. Cool. Okay. One sec. Okay. She was like, Cal? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, just wanted to let you know I'm home. And I'm like, okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Well. So there's a small bottle around breakfast snack, and Rollin, as you enter the store, it starts to glow like really fucking brightly. This thing is lighting up every wall in the store, and she looks at you and goes, all right, Spill, who are you?
What?
Who are you? You're not from here, are you?
I'm from a ways away. Why? What's it to you? What's that?
Well, first of all, it's none of your business. Where are you from?
Okay, I'm just like, this bitch.
Let me see if I can solve that. How much is this information worth to you?
I don't suppose much, but I do find it somewhat suspicious that this is glowing around your presence, considering it's only glowed twice before, I'm sorry.
Well, this information could be valuable. Say, pendant valuable?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna give that back to you anyway. I'm not gonna hold it from you. Esme paid me in advance, so.
How's this?
Didn't
I'll
realize
tell
you
you-
paid in advance. Damn.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you who
I
I
was
am
trying
if you
for-
tell me what that is.
She holds up the bottle and kind of looks at you and says, all right, you first.
Can I just, like, this is stupid. Can I just cast Identify or something?
That takes like 10 minutes.
Does it?
Yeah,
You just
it
standing there
identifies
like-
along something.
It says casting time 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. I'm sorry. 10 rounds.
So you're
in
standing
combat, my
there
bad.
for 1 minute going.
Yeah. That's
Mind
exactly
me.
what I want to do.
Kaju naka blue vine sandal. This
She
is
just
not
looks
suspicious
both
at
of
all.
you and goes, okay. Rollin, you cast Identify, and you. Let's see. What do I need to tell you for Identify?
Oh, I have to touch it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Ooh.
You'll have to
You
invade
do
some
have
Might
part
to
of
not
the
let
space.
me physically assault her, so never mind. Rescind that. Oh, I really don't. Okay. Fine. My name is Rollin.
Rollin.
Farah.
And where do you hail from?
Where the fuck are we from again?
Tangled
Scrolls
tree.
on this fucking. Yeah, right. Yeah, that place.
Tangled tree. She looks at you funny and says, but that's on this plane. Clearly you have something from another plane if this thing is glowing.
Well,
It's called traversal essence, and it only glows in the presence of things from another plane. It's very rare and hard to get your hands on. How do you... Clearly there's some inside of you. How did that happen?
I've been a couple places.
Like...
Barovia.
I have no idea what that is.
It's horrible. 0 out of 10. I don't recommend it.
Is it on this plane?
No.
No.
Well, that would explain it then. Clearly, something is setting off this traversal essence, and it went off last night. And suspiciously, one of the things missing from my cabinets is those books that your friend was looking for. And since this went off last night and it's going off now, I can only assume that you are the culprit.
It's a lot of
That's
assuming.
kind of a stretch.
It's all I've got.
Where's your proof?
The proof is the fact that this went off, and I'm sure if they search your belongings, they'll find those journals. As well as everything else you stole from me.
Right. I'll just take my bag and just, like, slap it on the counter. I don't have time for this bullshit. I got shit to do.
So
That's
you
actually
don't
good.
have either of the books. So
Yeah, Aethlin, are you carrying the books? What happened to those?
one is with Quintrell and the other one is with Quintra.
Okay, gotcha.
So Roland has neither book
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. No,
and doesn't have any of the other items because Aethlin's already fenced them.
Right. Okay. Yeah, she kind of looks at you and squints a little bit. And she says, "You look kind of familiar, actually. Like, I think I know you from somewhere. Are you familiar with the business?"
Who's she saying that to?
To Rollin.
The business?
Yes, the business. She like
Wink wonk.
wink.
Sort of.
She asks, you know what? Okay. Roll, what would this be? Insight. Hot
Wow.
mama.
Bingo
She-
bango, bitch.
So she looks at you a second time and said, or you know that sometimes to find each other in the syndicate, people will refer to it as the business. And the way that she's very clearly gesturing, you actually recognize as thieves can't. She is asking you if you know if you are a part of the syndicate or you're familiar with the syndicate.
I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have to do all this shit that I'm terrible at. Okay. Well, weather's nice, isn't it? Some bullshit like that. Yes. Yes, I will say yes.
So you are then. She looks at you and she says, "I was a part of the business for quite a long time, but you don't seem like the type. But it would explain how you managed to rob me so easily. So who sent you? Is it that fucker Fall Herald? That motherfucker?
That piece of
'Cause I
shit.
told him to stay out of my fucking business. I did.
No, it's someone a little and I'll just kind of point up.
Oh, okay, so it's like up. So it wasn't Fall Herald, it was probably D'Arcus. Fucking D'Arcus. Yeah, what's his problem with me?
Like a little
Fuck his sister, and then, you know.
I just
you
know,
can't-
like up more, like more up.
Seriously. Higher than D'Arc. How do you even have a clearance to talk to those people?
Clearance. Well, here's the thing. I'm a mafia mom. No, well,
New HBO TV show.
Mafia mom.
Mafia moms. It's like toddlers and tiaras, except with more blood.
yes, absolutely.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly. Yeah. See, oh god, how am I gonna say this? Does the name Dontar mean anything? Just wondering.
Yes, yeah. The motherfucker that runs the
The motherfucker that runs the joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why is the head of the syndicate trying to fuck me over? I left. I was done. I swore secrecy. I wasn't gonna say anything about anything. I thought I was good to just live in peace and run my stupid little shop. So why'd he come in and order you to steal my shit? What did I do? What did I do?
Order me. That's funny.
I can just imagine Rollet trying not to laugh really hard during
He's
this
just
This whole
like-
conversation.
Aethlin ordering me to do shit.
Ordering me?
Oh yeah, Thorin, you're hearing all of this. None of this is escaping your ears.
Okay, so
Wow. Well, that's a thing that just happened.
okay. And I'll turn to him and just be like, listen, we're talking business right now. And I expect that you won't repeat any of this, right?
He's not one of yours?
He's
I shrugged. I'm a thunder priest.
Oh my god. Oh
Nice.
my god. If Dontar didn't have it out for me right before, which he shouldn't, there's no reason to. He's gonna have it out for me now because you brought this random civilian in, and now I'm blabbing my mouth about the syndicate. Thanks.
you just said that.
Oh,
Okay.
the syndicate? Oh.
Shh. God.
Jeez, I thought you were talking about it. I tell you what, forget about the whole book thing, and I will forget this entire conversation.
You will forget this entire conversation happened regardless. Wow!
Normally way more persuasive than
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn to him. This is gonna go really badly. I'm gonna. Wow, you have a +6?
yeah, I'm very fucking persuasive.
And you rolled a
Sometimes.
7. Okay, let me
Yeah.
try this. Can I roll intimidation on?
On breakfast, yeah.
No, not on breakfast.
Oh, I'm sorry.
me.
On Thorig, alright. Yeah,
Okay.
that would be intimidation versus persuasion, I think?
Probably versus insight or will.
Or
something.
insight, or will, yeah. Do like a
Yeah.
wisdom save.
You're
Sure is
going to
higher.
forget about this regardless, because you're not supposed to be here anyway. You're not
All
supposed
right.
to be involved in this. Okay?
I was
Talking
actually
business.
trying to help you haggle.
Listen, I don't need your help. Okay?
Nope.
And I turn back
Listen.
to breakfast. I'm like, listen. Listen here, you little shit. I have a friend who is in danger. And some of your items were of use to us, so we took what we needed.
Listen, that's fine. I wasn't trying to keep you from your friend, but I'm trying to run a legitimate business here. Don't you think it's a little unethical for the syndicate to just be barging in on former employees and fucking up their shit? I'm just
Listen, you're never a former anything with Syndicate, okay? We tried that game many times. The easiest thing for you is to just obey when needed, okay?
They really ought to have a fucking coup, because this is some unethical leadership.
This is some unethical shit.
Nobody likes a mob. It's unethical.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. Listen, that's fine then. I'll drop the journal thing, but I wouldn't mind being reimbursed for everything else. After all, if I didn't ever leave the syndicate, don't you think it's unethical for you to attack one of your own?
Although,
Damn
to
you,
be fair-
conscience.
to be fair, she did get out of the syndicate scot-free. And Aethlin had no idea she was part of the syndicate, because if she was one of the lower level people, he doesn't have a full list of people who left.
He's just like,
Everybody was
whatever,
given the
grunts.
option. Everybody was given the option to leave if they didn't want to stay. But the
Okay.
problem is that he doesn't track it all. Like, this is a very big crime organization.
Right.
And it's next to impossible to track everybody.
It's
So
like
it's
Team fucking
unfortunate.
Rocket.
It
You know,
is.
it's unfortunate that he's part of this, or was formerly part of the syndicate at one point. So,
How much do I owe you for the rest of the items?
Well, judging by how much it would have cost me to replace everything, about 500 gold.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
I'll give the checkbook.
I'll get like, me just fucking cleaning up his stupid fucking messes, writing checks. God damn it. Okay, well I'll give breakfast the money.
She does just. Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't give me shit next time I come in here. Okay?
Oh, no. All debts are repaid. How could I ever? I just was wondering what it was about those books that was so important. I read through them. There didn't seem to be anything all that interesting.
Well, there was that part with the handsome shipmate.
The what?
Never mind.
The one where she
Don't worry.
carried the lizard around on her back for 40 days? Or
No.
or was that the one where she was on the boat and it capsized and she had to use some bizarre spells?
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
So there wasn't anything else in there? Anything at all? Even something unassuming with when you got them?
No, not to my knowledge. It was just the books, and now I have this pendant, which, if you're curious, I was able to figure out where the energy was coming from, so yay! Yay, breakfast!
Do we know who sold you the book?
It was an old man, that's all I know. I don't ask questions of my clientele.
Except Riley.
Yeah, except me apparently.
Well, yeah, because you were making her necklace glow.
I create an illusion of an old man. Kind of like this. And I try and get a description.
Okay. A little shorter.
Uh-huh.
He had green eyes,
Got it.
bald, little bit of hair, maybe. I don't know. Probably human, maybe halfling. I mean, he was short enough. I don't know.
Okay. So, basically this. And show her a cantrip illusion. Woo!
Yes, more or less. I mean, there are certain features I don't really remember all that specifically, but yeah, to more or less.
Okay. Gives me some show people. Thanks.
This seems unreliable. Okay, well. Where was the energy coming from?
The energy is coming from the woods just outside of Palouse. They call them the Wavering Wood. It seems as though Selune, which I had the pleasure of communing with the god, which is not something I've ever done before in my entire life, and I would not like to do it again. She was not happy with me. It was strange. I was working on the pendant, trying to trace the energy signature somehow, and it was like something came over me, and suddenly there was this apparition standing above my work table. And she looked at me and she told me that I, to look to the Wavering Wood, and sure enough, when I further operated on the pendant, that was what I was able to discern. So it was not great. I don't recommend it unless you're, like a cleric or something. I'm not sure why people do that. The gods are weird.
Well, thank you, and sorry for my husband's behavior.
I'm sorry, your husband? Excuse me? Your husband did this. So your husband's a part of the syndicate too.
He's the guy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Breakfast having a goddamn meltdown.
Oh my god, here you think you're free of all that, and then the fucking leader of your former boss.
It's okay. It's fine. No, it's fine. Trust me.
All right, get out of my store.
Okay. And I'll turn around and leave. It's like, Jesus Christ.
All right, so you're officially.
I sold you out, Aethlin. How do you feel?
To a hot pink tiefling named Breakfast. So I don't know how much that worries you, but
It doesn't.
probably shouldn't.
Well, when you
I
have somebody
mean-
famous in the family, you want to name drop.
Of course. Just like no.
I think Aethlin's gonna be more upset about the fact that he revealed the fact that they were married when nobody really knows that the leader of the syndicate has a husband.
To be fair,
Aethel's gonna-
Breakfast,
Aethlin's gonna be more upset that their cover is being blown than the fact that he got sold out to the
like that
tiefling.
mattered.
I just love my husband so much. I want to share it with everyone.
How much do I owe you for his fucking crimes? Okay.
So many.
And
Also,
I
Breakfast
really hope
did
you tell him
overcharge
how much.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
You should
Breakfast
tell Aethlin.
overcharged you.
You should tell Aethlin how much you had to pay, by the way.
So I can get smacked in the goddamn face. Alright. I'll make my way back, I guess.
Making my way down there.
I'm just- Faces pass, and I'm homebound.
Okay.
And I'm just like real unimpressed with life right now. Like, this is so stupid. God fucking damn it. At least we got some information, so that wasn't a waste my time and money.
I'm gonna do a little shopping while we're here,
Sure.
but I will meet you back at the tavern,
Okay.
and I'll see you guys soon. And I make like I'm going to the armor shop, but as soon as they're out of sight, I go to the bakery.
Nice. All right, what are you picking up, my
I
man?
haven't-
What are you?
I have important shopping to do, and
Yes, very important, manly sorcery shopping.
Manly hammering on metal stuff. I'll have a little cat face pastry. That'll be so perfect.
Have a
And
tart.
may I have a tea with that? Oh, this is awesome. Best thing ever.
Me in real life.
Yeah, same. This is actually just for the fact that the player is going to walk away from my screen for a minute. I'll be back.
Fantastic.
All right, you get a whole bag of delicious pastries and other good stuff. One sec. So, you get a whole bag of delicious pastries. Okay, I'm trying to think really quick. All right, so is anyone else doing anything for the rest of the day, the evening? What do you guys want to?
I mean, Aethlin would be waiting for them to get back and then ask how it went at the shop because he's curious.
When Quintrell sees him come out of the shop, he'll walk up and ask him how it went.
Oh, it was so stupid.
What happened?
This tiefling is apparently former syndicate
Eh.
And then when I told them that I had a history with the leader of the syndicate, they lost their shit a little bit.
Understandable.
See, Quintrell gets it.
Yeah. It's like,
Do
yeah.
you tell Quintrell about her amulet?
Yes.
So she's familiar with dimensional travel.
Oh, I guess I didn't think about that. Why, I guess, well, I guess that's true.
Huh, I
I'll
didn't
make
make that connection, despite it being explicitly spelled out for me.
I'll meet you back
Listen.
at the end, and Quintrell takes off for the shop.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fantastic. Rollin, not a dumbass. His player, fucking stupid as hell. So,
No, I love you. I'm sorry.
I love you too, bitch.
Oh god.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you actually, I'm gonna switch over to Quintrell. So Quintrell, you're heading to the artificer's shop.
Yes.
Okay. You burst in and she is sweeping up some glass. And she kind of looks at you. Hi, welcome. What can I help you with?
I look straight at her little amulet.
My eyes are up here.
Is her amulet glowing?
Yes, actually. I'm a dumbass. Yeah, it is. She still says my eyes are up here though, because it's funny.
Yes, but your eyes are not glowing.
She sort of. Oh my god, this is. I've only seen this happen before you crazy people showed up. I assume you know that wizard, that fucking green-haired freak. I assume you're friends with him.
Wow, rude!
Yes, we met in Barovia.
Barovia. People keep talking about Barovia. What is Barovia?
Some sort of demi-plane, I don't know. It's full of monsters and freaks.
Oh, fantastic. I love monsters and freaks. I tend to
Apparently
be
it pulls people from other planes.
other planes. Interesting. She goes around the counter and starts kind of scribbling all this down on a notepad. And she says, "So you know a fair amount about this."
I got pulled out of mine, ran around Barovia, and then got dumped into this one.
So you're not from here, like really not from here.
No.
She looks enthusiastic. And she's like, "Would you mind if I asked you some questions? I have so many. I've been trying to figure out what this all means. This necklace. It's I when my sister died, there was this stuff leaking out of her, and I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I just collected it, and I haven't been able to figure out what it is. I just know it has something to do with traveling across planes.
What did she die of?
Well, fuck. She got stabbed.
And then started leaking extra dimensional energy.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't happen right away. I mean, she was all bled out by the time, but I was the one who found her, and it was all I could do. All I could think of doing was just collecting this.
Had she done any traveling?
Well, not that I know of. She and I weren't the closest. I just know that this was coming out of her and that something had happened. The only other time it's ever glowed was when I was around that boy, the one that just disappeared. I know he went to another plane. There's no doubt about it. He had to have if he activated this. I mean, I'm assuming that that's what this does, given what you all have told me so far.
So you don't know anything about travel, actually.
Well,
you don't know anything about how someone could travel, though.
Well, see, I have some theories. Let's see. And she kind of grabs some papers out from under her desk, and she plops them all down, and she says, here's what I'm thinking. This essence, this interdimensional, what the fuck did the DM call it again? Transversal essence. Or traversal essence. What I'm thinking is that somehow, when traveling between planes, this stuff gets gummed up in your system, like it's a pad between dimensions or planes. And once you go back to your plane, it's still there inside of you, like a kind of a mess. But I believe that it could contain some kind of information as to where you came from and where you're going. Maybe a way to connect the two planes somehow through that essence. So that's what I've got so far, but I don't really know otherwise. It's mostly conjecture. It's not like I've been able to study any of this.
Do you have any more of that stuff? Could I buy some from you?
I wish I did. It's just this. And she holds up the necklace.
I don't suppose you would part with it.
Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Also, I sleep with a knife, so if you tried to steal this off of me in the night, I would probably stab you. So maybe don't do
That's
that.
fair.
See,
That's
you're
not
a
really
pretty
my,
reasonable guy. I like talking to you, as opposed to whatever the hell that guy earlier was doing. How are you friends with
How
him?
rude.
More like... Well, we were trapped in a bad place together.
Oh, okay. I guess.
And then I mostly haven't spoken to them since we got here. But we're looking for a missing friend.
Ah, yes,
I'm
that's what you
so
said too.
triggered right now in real life. I can't believe this disrespect.
It's just who Quintrell is. He's a chill dude.
Truthfully,
Me too, man.
truthfully, it's more Aitlin he avoids than Rylan, but they're usually together, so...
It's a package deal.
Yeah,
I find it funny
together
that it's
forever
Aitlin
now.
you avoid, considering Rollin is the one who fireballed your ass so many times.
Quintrell was never sure Aitlin shouldn't be on his list of monsters, though.
Oof.
That's fair.
That's okay.
Wow.
Aitlin's not sure if he shouldn't be on a list of monsters either.
Yeah. Wow.
Trying to get
All right,
myself.
carry on.
You know, he kind of suspected Aitlin was some kind of assassin, but he didn't really know. It's just a skill set fit. And then the whole syndicate thing once we get here,
You're like, oh, okay, yeah.
But he's at least a mobster, so not a good person.
Probably. Probably not a good person. Al Capone wasn't the worst, all things considered. Like, he gave money to children.
But I mean, Aitlin's still doing shady shit, but he's at least trying to fix some things, because you can't have a world without crime, because it's just not how it works.
That's what a criminal would say.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, but any sort of utopian society is never really utopian, because it just doesn't exist.
Valid.
Anyway, moving on.
Where were we?
She had shown me her note. She wouldn't sell me her stuff. She sleeps with a knife.
Yeah, so those. Unfortunately, that's about all I know. I assume you're looking for a way to get home, judging by the
Yes.
questions you've asked me. Yeah, well, sorry, buddy. I can't really help you with that. I mean, I've told you what I know. As far as the essence goes, it should glow in the presence of other essence. I mean, the stuff inside of you might. Maybe. I don't really know how it works, to be honest with you. I haven't tried it inside an actual person, so...
May I touch the bottle to see if I have any reaction to it?
By all means. She kind of, like...
She talks about it being inside, so he's like trying to look at his blood vessels and stuff to see if anything gets weird.
Okay. So you are, like, physically touching
the bottle.
Okay. So as you touch the bottle, and you're, like, looking down at yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You notice that, like, in your abdomen, you can see that there's, like... you know what? Let's see. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of, like, significant times that Quintrell got damaged during Barovia.
Pick a session.
And how many of them are related to Fireball?
You know what? And
About
that's what
3.
I'm thinking. So
About 3.
on various patches of your body where the skin is a little more raw, a little more tender from where it's been stripped away by
The way
fire.
my powers work, the way my healing powers work, I probably wouldn't scar up.
Okay, so you don't scar, but you don't have to, because there's these patches of like a softly glowing essence.
Take my shirt off to look better.
Yeah,
And
it's
to show
still,
off,
it's still,
tech
yeah, like, and she's like,
and abs.
please please don't mind me. The patches are like glowing on your body as you get closer to this essence. And it's a very soft glow. It doesn't seem to be much, but it's there.
I don't look transparent. I can't see inside.
No, it's
Not like Belle in her
it's-
dreams.
Yeah, no. Well, that she in her dream, she didn't mention being transparent. She just mentioned seeing like a glow.
Oh, I thought she saw like her organs glowing or something.
Oh no.
Okay, I
She
misheard
saw it
something.
in like her abdomen and chest.
Okay. Well, thank you, shopkeeper. That's
Do you have
interesting
to go
and
so
at least a
soon?
slight clue.
So,
Were we planning to leave
anytime.
out today? Were we planning to leave out today?
I don't know. Where were you, team? Squad? Bros?
I think so.
Buddies?
Because we've had a couple things point us towards Papoose.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We're just gonna start calling it that. So yeah. She kind of nods and she's like, well, I appreciate you helping me with my research to some degree. Tell your friend he's not very helpful as a person. And also, if the syndicate has a problem with me, to just come tell me. I'll quit whatever I'm doing.
Okay.
Oh my god, take things so
Appreciate it.
personally.
Yeah! You robbed her store!
I
Right,
paid
woman.
you back!
I mean...
A hefty sum at that. You whiner.
Anyway,
Alright,
So anyway, throw my shirt over my shoulder. Tell her goodbye. Throw my shirt over my shoulder and walk back to the inn.
she was like, hate to see you go, but love to watch you leave. Yeah, okay, so you're headed back to the tavern. Anybody else?
I mean, Aethel's waiting for them all to show back up.
Okay.
Do you guys actually tell him what she said though? When you guys get back, that's the real question.
Sure.
Really, Ryland's gonna tell it. Ryland's gonna tell him that yeah, you successfully stole something. Then I went out and paid for it.
Is this the first time that he would have done something like this? Because I feel like this is just how they do things now.
Yeah, this is just how this
Oh.
happens, except for the whole revealing that he's married to the leader of the syndicate.
I might have name dropped you a little bit.
I'm sorry, what?
No, just don't worry about it. It's fine.
No,
Anyway,
I mean,
so
what
we
did
got.
you do?
No, it's okay.
No.
So we got.
Ryland, it's not okay. You name dropped me. Why?
I didn't use your first name, but I used your last name because she
name our
was being
children
exceptionally annoying,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted her to stop talking.
So she's part of the underground.
Was
Wait a minute. Was?
yeah, apparently she's
Would
a
you-
former. What?
Would you like to explain that to me, please?
Listen. So, she thought that I stole whatever it was stole, which is because I made her pendant glow. Now, I obviously didn't steal the items. It was you.
Clearly.
So, because she would not talk to me until I told her I was. And then she was questioning me. I we just kind of got to talking, and at the end of it all, I might have mentioned that I knew you.
That
Uh-huh.
you banged.
And how well did you tell her you knew me?
Biblically?
Might have
Honey?
mentioned that we're married.
So you told this person who's part of the underground
So good.
that you're married to the leader of the syndicate.
She was giving me trouble. Anyway, I had to pay 500 gold
For
to
what?
reimburse her for the shit that you stole. You're welcome, by the way.
Roland, she just fucking scalped you.
What does it matter? Now she won't give us any trouble.
Oh my god. You paid over 200 more gold than those items were worth.
What about the emotional stress
And the damage to the shop.
and the damage to
Oh
the
my
shop?
Yeah.
It's still not 200 gold worth. Did she say what faction she was formerly part of?
What?
Well, you said she was formerly part of something. Did she say what she was part of?
The syndicate.
Oh my god, I just
Right.
ruffled my own people.
Oh no.
See, that's why I paid her so much gold. So
I robbed
listen,
one of my own people.
maybe you should have thought of
After
that
letting
before you robbed her.
I didn't know she was one of mine.
Well, maybe you should keep better track of your people. Anyway, so
Roland,
we got
do
some
you have any
information.
idea how big this organization is?
I'm not having this conversation anymore. Listen, we have
You
information.
literally sound like an old married couple.
We have information.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's cute.
That's really sweet. So, for context, my friendly viewers, I assume they can see the Roll20, but Thorig has brought Esme a pastry, and he says, while this conversation is happening, I present a pastry to the elf while signing. I wanted to bring you a smile. I hope you like it. Esme really is, she takes it and she kind of looks at it for a second, and then she just hugs you. Just gives you a big hug. And just, pauses for a second to hug you and then steps back and just.
He melts more than he will admit to melting later.
Aww.
Aww.
Yeah, so we're bickering like married people. And
Meanwhile,
are
this nice
married.
stuff is
because we
happening.
are, and we have bad communication skills.
Yay!
I'm just trying to cut him off at the pass, like every time he talks. Okay, well, I have information. So, the amulet, the pendant, amulet, the energy signature is coming from somewhere, in the Wavering Wood. So I feel like we should head there first.
Okay. But we're gonna have a talk about you blowing this entire thing. Remember, we talked about this. Nobody's supposed to know you're married to the leader of the syndicate.
Oh,
Now the whole
whatever.
bar knows.
Oh my god. Do you want our children to get killed or kidnapped? The fuck is wrong with you?
You think Roger's
I
gonna
just turn
him
around
off?
and walk away.
You ever seen a lesbian with a knife?
My husband is gonna get this family killed.
It'll be fine.
Roger's
What's the
is
worst that
gone.
could happen?
It like super cuts to like Cindy, like evil people like crawling out the windows, and Roger's just like, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" All those years of repression finally paid off.
God. Roland and Aethlin get
I like
back,
that
Roger.
quote.
All those years of repression.
All those
finally
years
paid
of oppression. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so if we need to head towards the Wavering Wood and Palouse, on their way out, Aethlin is going to talk to members of his crime organization.
Mhm.
and inform them that this shop is to never be messed with. The protection is there permanently without pay.
Nice.
And then before they leave, he painstakingly writes a note in clear hand apologizing because he won't steal from one of his own, except there are so many people he didn't realize she was one of his.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And then gives it to somebody else to deliver, and then they would head out.
He'll say
Sounds
he's
good.
sorry, but won't be the face of it.
When Quintrell gets back to the bar, is Aethlin riding? Are you riding in the bar up in your room?
Probably in the room. Like,
Okay.
he's not.
So he wouldn't say anything.
He doesn't like showing weakness. His inability, or the hard time he has having to read and writing, is a weakness to him, so he won't show it to everybody else.
Oh.
He's sitting in his room going.
More like him just swearing and just being incredibly angry the entire
Motherfucking letters,
Muttering
fucking
underneath
birth
his breath.
stupid fucking letters.
Muttering
When
under his
Quintrell
breath,
gets to the
stupid
bar,
fucking
I mean,
husband.
shirt over his shoulder,
All
he
right.
immediately starts asking people about everything they know about that boy that supposedly went to another place.
So a Quintrell walks into a bar. Okay, so let's see. Roll investigation. We'll see how much you find out.
Oh, but I suck at that. Oh, okay. So maybe I don't suck that bad.
Oh, pretty good. All right. Yeah, you're asking around, and people seem to be willing to share with you. I mean, you're not asking about any kind of criminal activity, and as far as everybody knows, like, the boy just disappeared. It was just happened.
Where was the boy from?
The boy was from Loftwood. He was a local. His parents were fairly well-liked people. They were well-known. A little more on the heavily religious side of things. Attended church all the time and worshipped, insert neutral good god here. I don't really feel like picking a god for them. And, you know, like, he was a good kid, all things told. And a couple of years ago, he was... like, he disappeared for like a week and a half, and there was this whole thing, and then he reappeared, and he had this story of seeing another world. And when he described the world, it seemed decently similar to your world, like, not that different. He said that, you know, there were these large, long fields full of flowers, and that there were these... that everybody there was like a foot taller than they seemed like they should be. And everyone was like, you know, and a lot of people were like, wow, yeah, this has to be true because the kid is saying it. And the parents sort of took this opportunity to make it like nice. Took the opportunity to like make it a like media sensation, and they started publicizing it and talking all about their son who had seen this other world, and like how, you know, oh, you know, it's proof that there's more out there than we can ever understand, and just all this, you know, all this media publicization types. Some people believed it completely, some people were skeptical, and some people just thought it was all horseshit to make money. And since the boy has disappeared again, it seems as though people are wondering whether or not the parents did it. Now, that being said, it does seem that there was a break-in at the house the night he disappeared, at least from what people are telling you based on like police information and whatnot. And a few of the more seasoned criminals say that they did notice it seemed that someone had taken off in the night out of Loftwood. Though they don't really know if it's related to that, they have their suspicions.
What road did they take out?
They took the road to Gatling through Twins Pass.
Well, that would be as quick a way to get to the... No, when the rest of the party gathers, Quintrell will have something to help.
Okay. Sounds good. Quentra, are you up to anything?
He was eating at the table probably when Aethelin and Rollin started fighting, but if anything, going around the town and just kind of sniffing the place out.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Where did I say the scent was coming from before? Fuck.
I think it was towards, oh god, towards Gatling?
So towards the south.
I believe so.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, probably should have written that down. Yeah, so, the scent was coming from the south. As you're looking around town, there is very, like, little trace of any kind of extraneous scent, but that other scent, the one that smells like a fire burning down to its last embers, all over the fucking place. I'm telling you, this thing is everywhere. You actually, you're able to follow the scent to what seems like a pretty, like, residential district, you know? There's a lot of houses, they're kind of stuck together. And the smell is suddenly, like, it's, like, all up in your fucking nostrils. You're standing beneath the window of a house, and as you're standing there, you hear somebody say, "Hey, you, what are you doing?" And I think I'm gonna call it for the night, because it's 8:23 and I've got to go. Also, that feels like a good place to stop, because it's a place where I can technically have a cliffhanger. Maddie, take it from me!
Well, thank you for joining us, everybody who is on Twitch. So we had some fun adventures and slight mishaps, in so much as finding out that Aethelin isn't quite as cold-hearted of a bastard as he likes to think he is. And had a little bit more fun with our new friends, Quintra and Thorig. So we're looking forward to seeing where that takes us next week. So once again, we would like to thank our sponsors, D&D Beyond, Lucky Dice Cafe, and Retro Studio. Sorry, Studio Station. 1 second.
Station. I believe it's
I
Station.
think it's Station. It is Nope. Station Retro. Had it backwards. Station Retro. Station Retro and Lucky Dice Cafe are both in the Huntsville area. Cap is at Station Retro on Wednesday nights and Saturday nights, and at Lucky Dice Cafe on Mondays, Fridays, and Sundays. So you guys should definitely go check him out at those live locations. And of course, as always, our sponsor D&D Beyond. That is D, the letter N, D Beyond.com. We have a brand new show coming up tomorrow night. We will be starting Curse of Strahd. This is a brand new group with some familiar looking faces. So we will be doing all those introductions tomorrow. You should definitely come in and check that out. After that, we'll be back on Monday with some more Foundations of Adelar. Tuesday, run by our very own Jason, with Aspergenesis, which is a sci-fi version of the 5e, using the 5e rule set.
Yep.
And then next Wednesday, we'll be back with a little bit more on the Missing Bell. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say good night, be good to each other, and remember, roar for initiative.